Good afternoon, welcome back to the Fife Open, part of the Scottish National Tour. We're here at Cluny Activities. So if anybody who was watching this morning for round one, round two has just teed off. For round two, all the players are playing in score order from their first round. So just now, we are currently with the kind of second group of the leaderboard. We've got Stephen Cameron, Aaron Clancy, Irvin Small, and David Quigley in this group. So, still a very nice day here in Fife. That morning dew is pretty much all gone now. Grass, a lot of dry playing this afternoon. Just ever so slightly short there for Stevie Cameron. Next up, we've got Irvin Small. Ball backing in. There we are. Nice letting from Irvin there. So David quickly playing from the bunker. So just while they're raking the bunker here, if we pan round, we can see the second tee is just to the left of the yellow pole there. I'm playing down the flag at the bottom. And then if we pan up, we can see heading up the third, fourth, up the other side. And we can also see the juniors who are in a group together playing up the 17th there. Back round. And Clancy finishing the hole. So hole one, for anybody who's not seen it before, obviously we've got the hole here. So playing down from, if you can see at the top there on the screen, flags at the top, guys on the tee. So at the moment, the group that we can see up on the tee is the current leading group after the first round. Matt Morgan, Gio Stewart, Jack Gregor, and Dan Cleary. So we shall see a few of the leading groups. see these guys playing, and then we'll have a wander around the course and see some of the other groups before coming back later on to, after the leaderboards have updated a bit, to follow the leading groups coming back in again as we head towards the finish of the event. These guys are getting ready. We'll just come back round and watch a bit more of this group. Playing hole 2, teeing off here. Most players aim to try and play up the hill. As you can see from Quiggs playing up and letting the natural curve of the hill carry it round. Quiggs has played it a little short there. There is, just past where Quiggs' ball turns round, there is a cut in the grass that gives an easy roll in onto the green. And Clancy. So Aaron's gone direct, more for the green rather than playing up the hill. But across the green, now in the rough at the back of that green there. Coming back round, leading group about to tee off for the second round. Matthew Morgan, current leader, just teeing off. His ball we can see coming down the fairway. So we had a few predictions this morning. We had a prediction that Matthew Morgan would win overall, with it being a close finish. We had another prediction of Gav Howe or Stevie Cameron taking the win. Stevie Cameron, we just saw there playing. He's in the second group off, so the second group off the leaderboard, putting him top 8. Darren Cleary teeing off here, coming down left hand side of the fairway as we see, and then curling across. And Jack Grigor following a similar route. Just going to have all of these guys roughly the same place on the fairway. Jack getting a good length more than the other three. Most players aim to try and play so that they can get the ball down in this area here, which then gives them a line coming in up to the green from that side. That way they can try and avoid the bunker, which is just on the other side of this little mound here. Slightly better view of that. So where they are just now, they'll probably aim, try and come down this section, and then playing up. Right. Matt Morgan playing down, let us say, to this area here, giving them a better line in to the hole. Probably a little harder than Matt was open for. Geo. Jack playing a little bit more direct, being a bit further forward. Oh! So bounced off the hole. Playing across in the bunker at the back. Having that extra bit of distance from the tee meant that Jack was able to play around the bunker rather than over it. So, Dan Cleary. That's a play. We'll get a bit of a turn. Not quite got the roll back.
Roll that in, deal, yeah? Four. From this morning, man. I thought your approach was an alright way. This morning. It's a good shot, Jack. Jack, I'll make the bunker if you just want to finish off.
Leaving not a huge distance at all. Go. and 9 finish. So that's the leading group. We'll leave them to play on just now. Have a look at some of the other groups, and then we'll come and catch up once we see what happens with the leaderboard a bit later on. Coming down just now, I mentioned the juniors. So for the round 2, the juniors are out as a group 4. Up in similar lines coming down. So the guys walk around. Put this can across. Now let's see the 17th that we watched earlier. Sorry, 18th that we watched earlier. So after round 1, we've seen the leaderboard. What's everyone's predictions? Are we still confident that one of the guys mentioned this morning, whether that be Matt Morgan, Gareth Howe, or Stevie Cameron, will take the lead? After seeing round 1, does anybody think the predictions might have changed from what they originally thought? Strong hit there. This is Ben Cleary's ball coming down. And young Sam. So, looking at that from the hole. 3 having a slightly easier run. One that's got a bit of roughness, bit of a mound to come across. Strong from Ben. Ooh. If it wasn't for that little bounce coming across the rough there, that would have been probably the right line. Pacey possibly. Again, just catching the rough and knocking that ball round.
Everything's trying to pop.
Oh, so unlucky for being there. And nicely all in. So, we shall head back the course. I think that we've got a ladies group coming up the 17th just now. We'll skip down to the 16th, see what's happening down there.
Oh, no chance. My leg is goose. Take your time then. Just honest to God. Then hit it hard.
So, so Chris, how do you get involved with events like these? Very quite simple, to be fair. If you go on to the Foot Golf Association of Scotland website, you'll be able to go in there and see the links to the sign-ups for the various events on the national tour. If you're involved with a club, you can speak to a few of the club members there. Every club in Scotland take part in the national tour. So have a chat with the guys there, and they'll be able to guide you best way. But if not, drop us a message on either through Facebook or drop us an email. And of course, we can send you the links to anything that you're looking for events wise. So down at the 16th here, we got down this one earlier. First round. So for anybody who missed it earlier, the tee for this is just at the top of the hill there. You can see the green from the last hole. The tee is just in front of that. Playing down, most players end up down the bottom of the hill, where the guys are standing down the bottom there just now. Then they play up to the green, and quite often, where Alan's ball just ended up there, you tend to find most players tend to stick somewhere in that bit of longer grass and then play up into the hole. Chris, you're right, up in Aberdeen there's not very many clubs up there just now. It's one of the things we're constantly looking at as where clubs could be. There is, for the National Tour side of things, we do play at Cragan, and next week we are at Brecon. So if you fancy a trip to see it all in action for real, and then by all means pop on down to Brecon next week, Brecon Golf Club, where the Angus Open will be taking place. So wandering up the 16th here, we can see the next group are up on the green. So next group here, we've got Cheryl McIntosh, Ian Knox, Rory Knox, and Angus Bruce. As I mentioned earlier, that Cheryl, this is only Cheryl's second event, and she managed to win her first one when she played at Cragan for the Highland Open last month. So for this event, Cheryl started round 2 in third place in the ladies category. Rory going for a nice gentle tap to put it down the bottom of the hill. All good. So join up the next group. And now in the 15th. Playing from the tee, up just in front of the trees at the far end there that we see. Usually playing nicely. It's all going to sit. This is certainly a hole you don't want to overhit, or you will be heading way down the hill. Okay. Oh. Hopefully this is going to stick. Or he's going to demonstrate what I just mentioned about going away off down the hill at the back. Really unlucky for John there. Oh. John chases down the hill for the ball. Thompson. This one's nice. So, spinning back around to John, who's stopped nicely there. Playing hard to come back up.
Oh. Back, back. Off your call.
So, hole 14, when we saw it this morning, this was covered in dew. Grass was really quite wet in this, but the way the sun comes up, this bit sits in a shadow from the trees. So it took a while for the players to be able to get a grip at the pace and the way the ball runs on the course. Between then and now, completely different. It's now very dry. So, yes, it's still struggling slightly just to be able to adapt to get the feel for a course that's gone from being quite wet this morning to quite dry in certain holes. Oh, I just narrowly missed the hole.
Oh, Carolyn. Good away, guys, yeah? Half of me.
Ooh. I'm having a little moment to itself. Sorry guys, just trying to sort the camera, which seems to have a little moment to itself. There we go. Hopefully. Okay. So apologies there, folks. Gimbal decided to have a little moment to itself. We seem to be back into control again. So when I was running backwards, it was because this one here had come across towards us. A nice array of balls around. Oh, all good. So maybe down. We went into round 2 as the leading lady.
Look at me.
Tee shot from the 14 just come across. Oh. Liam Kerr just narrowly missing there.
Go on, mate. Walk away. Concentrate on that ball, mate. Go, baby. Hi. Hi, Scott. What kind of situation would you put me now?
So heading round. Well, let's strip head for the tee for the 14s. Going to wander up the hill where we can see these balls all heading on down. So we should be safe walking up here now. I can see the leading group are across on the 6, which is the green, which is just up here on the left hand side. So we'll nip across, see how they're getting on. This is the group's potentially the winner is in. Oh. Not sure whose shot that was, but they managed to just bounce off a tree on the end there. So, leading group as it was when we started round 2. Jack Grigger down at the trees, coming up. Holding on the hill. Down the bottom here, got Gio Stewart, Darren Cleary, Matt Morgan. Matt Morgan to play, coming up the edge of the bunker, onto the green. Then a downhill putt onto the hole.
Part this one. You in the hole down there? That's a good. Five down there.
So as it stands just now, Matt Morgan's still leading the way. However, second place is now only 2 shots behind the lead. So browsing back to our juniors, we saw earlier. Pick it from Sam up the hill. Oh, it's in the hole. That is an almighty shot from Sam. Halfway between the junior tee and the hole, and he's put it in. It's not very often we get a smile from Sam, but there's certainly one there just now. That is one happy chappy. Almost the same there. Narrowly missed just this side of the hole. So, to give a wee idea and update on the scores overall for the event. In the lead, Matthew Morgan still leading the way. Second place overall is tied between Irvin Small, Ali Dick, and Gio Stewart, all on -17. And breaking it down, if we look at the ladies. Ladies, May Vidal on -9 with an impressive lead over second place Carolyn Kent on -1, and then Cheryl McIntosh just behind that on even. On the over 45s, tied for first, we have Colin Murray, Gavin Howe, Donnie McKenzie all on -12. So that is really going to be the fight for the finish. In juniors, at the moment, without this hole being added in, Kyle McGreechin -14, Sam McGoldrick on -13, and then Ben Cleary on -10. So again, the fight for the first place in this one between Kyle and Sam is going to be quite interesting to see how this goes. The lively play from the juniors this year has just shot up through the roof, really. From the pairs side, currently leading, again tied first, we've got 3 groups on tied first. Cassidy and Stewart, Eardley and Dick, and Murray and Morgan all on -24. And then just behind them, -23, we've got Cameron and Howe. So it is really all still up for play, kind of thing.
Yeah, I'll see that.
There we go. We shall see the juniors very shortly when they're heading back down again. At the moment, we will cut back over again and see who we can find on this side. Lots of comments coming in about how great Sam's shot was there. I was putting it in the hole from halfway down the fairway. Connor, next shot, next event, next week, we're at Brecon. So Angus Open next week. Anybody who hasn't signed up, it'll be opening this week. You've got to get signed up. So teeing off 13th. Rory Cassidy just taking a shot. Mick Early up next.
And 4 or 5 or something, mate.
There we go. On this hole when they tee off, really the ball disappears. So until they get over to the top of the hill there, there's no way of knowing just how good or bad it really is. Adam Knox. So cutting across to the 12th green. Good to have you there, Connor. Of course, playing or not playing, for anyone who comes to the events or knows, they'll know that I never play. But I'm always there. So anybody's always welcome to come to events, whether they're playing or not. Alrighty. So coming across the 12th. This is a tee shot from up there. Anyone who was with us this morning when we were here, we'll be able to see. We were saying about how most players either play down the right as we look at it, or the bunker, or the left. This bunker is just in front of us here on this mound, and also trying to avoid the trees on the right hand side as we look at it, the left hand, as they play down. There we go. Joe celebrating being where he is on the course.
Whoever's ready, there's so much in it.
Okay. Gale at first. Going across this bump. Playing it high on the mound, coming round. Coming in nicely onto the green.
Almost.
Now, Kieran is playing. We saw a similar shot here from Brian McMahon earlier. Unfortunately, Brian managed to bounce off a tree and end up far to the right hand side against the hedge as we look at it. Hopefully this will go better for Kieran. Playing nicely through the trees, onto the green, leaving himself a nice finish putt. Oh,
No way.
well, it's literally sitting about 2 inches off of falling into the hole. Joe McCord. So there we're just Joe commenting how great it is to see so many juniors playing. We've got 5 juniors on the field in total. Obviously, we've been with them for a bit. And also commenting how great it is. And for anyone who missed it this morning, we have 7 ladies playing in this event. It's the most ladies we've had in a tour event, which is fantastic to see. They're all experienced players, all played on the tour, but to have them all here at the same event at the same time is great. So just wandering up. Yeah. I'm going to go and check on this group, see this group finishing on the green. What we'll do after that is I'll head off. I'll go and find a strategic place on the course where we can watch all the different leaders and try and get a glimpse of them all and see how the leaderboard's constantly shuffling up and down. And then we'll spend a while following the leading groups to the end. There we are, so just there seeing kind of how Colin Murray and Ali Dick finishing off on this hole. Josh Murray also just finished before we got here. What I say is they'll go and find a spot on the course where we can see the leaders, check on what's happening in terms of leaderboard. As mentioned, it is going up and down all over the place just now with lots of different categories. Overall, Matt Morgan's still in the lead, but we shall see what happens, and then we'll join a few leading groups and follow them back in for the rest of the event and keep track of what's going on there.